Good evening, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for December 9, 2023. And in the news this evening, brothers are killed in Green Pond, St. James. An early morning attack on a home in Farmview, Green Pond in St. James on Saturday has left two men believed to be brothers dead. The men have been identified as 20-year-old Odin Thompson, a housekeeper, and Javon Thompson, a chef of Farmview, Green Pond in the parish. Reports from the police are that about 2:08 a.m., residents heard explosions. The police were summoned and the men were found in the house. Both were reportedly found with a number of bullet wounds to their bodies. The police continued their investigation into the matter. St. Andrew man in custody following seizure of firearm and ammo at a wake. A St. Andrew man who was searched by the police and reportedly found in possession of a firearm and ammunition at a wake in Top Road, Port Antonio in Portland, has been arrested and charged with possession of a prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition is 47-year-old Julian Williams of Burntyside Valley, St. Andrew. Reports are that about 3 a.m. Saturday, lawmen were on operation in the area when they saw Williams at a wake. The police said Williams' actions aroused their suspicion, so he was accosted and searched. During the search, one Browning 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 1 round of ammunition was reportedly found in his possession. He was subsequently taken into custody and was charged with the offenses after he underwent a question-and-answer session in the presence of his attorney. Woman accused of throwing baby girl from roof of 2-story house to her death. "Mommy killed my little baby sister" were the heartbreaking words that alerted 41-year-old Dwight Brown to the tragedy unfolding at his Barrett Hall residence on Wednesday evening. Brown's 5-month-old infant Destiny was allegedly thrown from the roof of his 2-story dwelling by her 28-year-old mother. The baby died on Thursday at the Cornwall Regional Hospital, where she was receiving medical treatment for the injuries sustained during the fall. Brown, a truck driver and a tour operator in St. James, told the news that the tragic incident stemmed from a dispute between his mother and his partner. According to the businessman, the women had a disagreement while he was away in Portland for work. He told the news that this dispute also opened the floodgates for another argument between him and the accused woman. However, this time it was about infidelity. "So she say, how me have woman here, and me gone with woman. Honest to God, me never gone with no woman. The time is slow and me drive a truck, so me glad for the little work," said Brown on Friday. "Me come home now and she start antagonize me. Me say, babes, I really don't want to talk about this now. I am tired, so me lie down in the bed," the man added. This was when the unfortunate situation unfolded. The woman allegedly exited the room and took the infant to the roof of the house, where she threw her off. Her actions were reportedly witnessed by Brown's 8-year-old stepdaughter, who alerted both him and his mother. The child's frightened screams were heightened as her mother reportedly tried to also get a hold of her, Brown said. Equally surprised and confused, Brown said he ran outside to pick up baby Destiny, and while looking back at the house, he saw the mother of his child preparing to leap from the building. "So me go out there and see the mucus come through the baby nose and mouth. By the time me look up, me see she and me say, 'Why you have to do this?' And she say, 'You not left?' So me say, 'How me left and you still here?' Me say, 'Babes, I love you,' because at this point, she want to jump off now. So I said to her, 'Babes, don't jump, I love you. Don't do this, yo.'" Brown recounted of the devastating day. He said that the woman jumped from the building and landed on a scaffolding. In his attempt to help the mother of his child, Brown told the reporters that he placed the baby back on the ground and caught her during her fall. However, Brown said that this was not the end of her attempt to take her life. He said that the woman's 8-year-old daughter had become hysterical and tried to run for cover. Brown believed that the woman would have tried to harm the child, so he called for additional help. "Me put down the baby and start calling for help, because me no want she kill the 80-year-old, he said. "I was so weak. I alone couldn't deal with her because it's like she had some force with her," Brown added. The man reported that his distressed partner also drank bleach in her attempts to take her life, and when he removed the bottle with the substance from her person, The woman allegedly tried to use a knife to inflict wounds to her torso. I don't know if she got any stabs, but she jammed herself. Then she took the knife to try to cut her neck, and me start bawl out, Brown told the news. As he stood reflecting on Wednesday's incident, Brown said that he still remains in a state of disbelief. The father of four said he believes that his partner's actions were done out of spite as he adored baby Destiny. I can't sleep. I can't come to terms that a mother would really do this to their flesh and blood, said the man as he fought back tears. He continued, it keeps rehearsing in my head. What could I have done to save this baby? May I try to go back in the memories to see what I could have done to save this child? I don't even have a place here. That's how I feel. My baby normally sleeps beside me every night. When asked if there were signs of trouble before this incident, Brown said that their relationship was fairly new. He explained that he met the woman who would become the mother of his child a little over a year ago. I don't know the history of her. It is just 1 year since I was talking to her. I met her at the gas station and I rented a place for her. But she never got there and stay, he said. Brown said that as a couple, they learned that they were expecting a child early in the relationship, so he stepped up to offer her all the support that he could. It's not like I was not playing a fatherly figure or giving support. She had everything that she desired. It is not like she go hungry. I am a business person. I gave her support in every form, he said. As he grapples with the reality of the death of his child at the hands of his partner, Brown said that the woman's 80-year-old daughter is also struggling to understand what took place on Wednesday afternoon. I think she has to have some serious intervention, some counseling to go over that, and it is going to be a long-term thing because it is terrible, said Brown. Accused initially said he found Shanika Gray dead. A police officer testified on Thursday that Gregory Roberts, who is on trial for the murder of schoolgirl Shanika Gray, claimed he left the scene with the girl alive in convicted co-defendant Maria Morrison's company and returned to find her dead. Senior Superintendent of Police Wayne Josephs, who was in charge of criminal investigations in St. James at the time, told the St. James Circuit Court that Roberts made the comment at the Barnett Street Police Station on February 6, 2017. According to Josephs, Roberts named Chuma Paris as the defense attorney who would represent him. However, when contacted, Paris advised that legal representation had not been finalized. The investigating officer then asked Roberts if he wanted a justice of the peace to sit in on their discussion, which he declined. Josephs testified that a true copy of Morrison's caution statement was later given to Roberts, who looked at it and said, "Are that special saying about me?" Joseph stated that the investigating officer then cautioned Roberts, but he continued to speak, and the investigating officer began to make notes. At the end of Roberts' comments, Josephs, read it over to Roberts, and the investigating officer asked Roberts to sign, but he refused. The officer then explained that while Roberts did not provide an official caution statement, the notes written by the investigating officer were a true reflection of what Roberts said, and that it would be considered as a caution statement in a sense because he made the utterances while being cautioned. Josephs then read aloud in court the notes that the investigating officer took while Roberts was speaking. He and the girl had sex. I don't know if it's afraid the girl is afraid, but there was no wrestling with the sex. The girl and I did not have any sex at all. When we were there, he pulled the girl into the bushes, and it's not one time it happened. I then walked up the road, and when I returned, I see pure blood. I was not there when the girl died. I then said to him, "Is those things you are going on with?" And he told me that the girl dissed him. During his testimony last week, Morrison said both men had sex with the young girl. He also testified that Roberts was the one who did the stabbing, while he recorded the act with Roberts' phone. There was also testimony provided by a witness who said Roberts showed him a video of the stabbing incident and identified himself as the one wielding the knife. During his cross-examination on Thursday, defense attorney Leroy Equiano asked Josephs if any of the officers had signed the notes taken by the investigating officer. Josephs replied no, but insisted that Roberts made those statements. When the attorney asked if arrangements had been made for a question and answer session, the officer stated that they were unable to do so because an attorney was unable to represent Roberts at the time and he had refused a JP. Lead prosecutor Andrew Martin Swiby then asked the officer if there was a requirement for the inspector of police to sign the statement. He said no. The trial, which began on November 23, has so far heard from 13 of the 18 witnesses. 11 witnesses gave sworn evidence, and the 2 other witnesses' statements were read into evidence. Gray's body was discovered in bushes in Irwin, St. James on February 1, 2017 with multiple stab wounds. Roberts and Morrison were subsequently arrested and charged with her murder. Morrison pleaded guilty in September 2022 and was sentenced a month later to life imprisonment. The trial continues on Monday.